Good morning. Welcome to Leadership Tea Talk with Dr. Dangerfield. And we're at the beginning of a new month. So we have a new theme. But first, I want to start out with Sharon. The tea for today is Prickly Pear Cactus. It's by Tazo. And so that's the tea for today. We're going to try it out. I don't think I've ever had it before, but it was gifted to me. So I want to see what it tastes like so I can share with you. Oh, it has a very good taste to it. I don't know I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a good sweet, mellow taste, but it's really good. And I don't know if you can see my cup. It says I help healers heal. That's the cup for today. But I want to talk about, like I said, we're in a new month. Can y'all believe that it's August the 1st already? And the theme for the month is Lead Out Loud. And what made me come up with that theme was this morning I was doing some work, doing some work, and I pull a card usually each month to kind of see what the theme for the month is going to be. And it said "Live out loud." It says I will express myself freely for who I am. So it's an affirmation card. So I thought about that as a topic for today. How can we lead out loud? And as leaders, sometimes we will take a seat back when the opinions in the room are different, or if we show up in the room and we are one of the few that look like ourselves. And because the disparity in leadership is that there's not a lot of leaders of color in the leadership space. Usually, leadership space has been overly saturated with white males, which means that sometimes uh, individuals that do not look like them, like women, or if they are, if not someone of color, is in the space. So I remember a lot of times being in a space where I was the only woman of color, and especially when I started my whole journey. In the leadership space when I took on the responsibility of being a manager in a retail store. And I was one of the few women in that space. The person that was over the store, the general manager, she was a female. She was a white female for a little bit. Then she left, and it was taken over by a white male. And then the regional manager, the district manager, they were white males. So I didn't see people that looked like me in the space, but I had to learn how to lead out loud. And so, what I want to just empower and give you a permission if you are called to lead. And I'm not talking about in position, I'm talking about being a leader in your character and who you are. Lead out loud. Show up and be authentically in who you are. Infuse your identity in your work as a leader, whatever that is, because there's someone that is looking for you. Someone is looking for what you have to offer. And so you say, how can I lead out loud? Number one, know who you are. Know who you are and be okay with who you are. Because leadership, like I've said before, entrepreneurship, this personal development journey is the best way to learn more about yourself. And leadership will get you to know more about yourself. You do more self awareness work as a leader. I was on a call just a few minutes ago, and one of the young ladies said it best. She said, if you are an asshole in one area of your life, you're probably an asshole in every area of life. And so in leadership, it's the same thing. If you lead from a place of compassion, self awareness, you're going to lead in every area of your life with compassion and self-awareness. So think about what type of leader that you want to show up. What is your identity? What is your personality? What is your purpose as a leader? And be clear about that. So do some work. Just started a journey in positive intelligence, which is really helping me to get connected to my own emotions and feelings. And when things pop up, addressing them as they show up. I and I'm gonna have to stop saying. I just caught myself. But being able to look at myself from the space of what type of leader and who do I want to be as a leader? What is my leader identity? But the other, and the other piece is when I say lead out loud. Even if you don't look like anybody else in the room, raise your hand and ask questions. I know sometimes it's hard for us to ask questions when we are unsure and we feel unsafe in the place that we are. And especially if you are unique to that space or if you're the only person that looks like you in the space. So you may you may have some anxiety about raising your hand, speaking up, or if your idea is different. As leaders, we take a stance. We take a stance that may be different from what other people are thinking. We take that stance. So, as a leader, you may want to think about what is my stance on leadership, and then become a thought leader around that. I've thought about that. What is my stance on leadership? My stance on leadership is that you show up in who you are, you serve with purpose, and you will have impact in the work that you do. And so my that's my leadership stance. So when you catch me, I'm going to be talking about identity, purpose, and impact some kind of way. So I just want to remind you today as we kick off a new month, how can you lead out loud? How can you show up fully in who you are, honoring your purpose, and having impact? How are you going to lead out loud? Leave that information, leave that in the comments, and tell us how are you going to lead out loud. And so this month I'll talk more. And my guest, I was supposed to have a guest today, and my guest, Kersha, she is not feeling well, so we are postponing it. So I'll let you know when Kersha's going to be on, and we're going to talk about leadership and how she leads out loud as a leader. So have a great day, have a great month, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.